The starting lineup for the visiting Indiana Pacers. At small forward, Aaron Nesmith. At shooting guard, Andrew. At center, Miles Turner. At the other forward position, Pascal Siakam. At the other guard position, Tyrese Halliburton. The head coach of the visiting team, Rick Carlisle. It's time to introduce the stars for your Los Angeles Lakers. At center, 7 feet, number 11. Jackson Hayes. At the power forward position, 6'8", number 28, Rui Hachimura. At guard, 6'5", number 15, Austin Reeves. Point guard, 6'6", number 77, Luka Doncic. The other forward, 6'9", number 23, LeBron James.
Tonight, the league and all of us here at 2K Sports celebrate Noche Latina, an opportunity to spotlight the amazing Latin culture in the NBA and its global fan base. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Ali LaForce with us on the sidelines. Shorter rotation player, next man up mentality though. It does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor. That can be a challenge. Now we'll see how they overcome it.
And now Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Nesmith in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Rui Hachimura is out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point.
Well, both of these teams are known for their scoring, Clark.
For sure, and we could actually just unplug the shot clock. Come on now. There's not going to be anywhere close to a shot clock violation in this one. This one's going to be entertaining and fun for all of us.
Now here's Doncic. The rebound by Nembhard.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
2 points. That one goes.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's James. Reeves, the pass to Hayes. And here's Doncic for 3. That one doesn't drop.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Down low, Nesmith. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton.
Halliburton doing what he does so well, creating easy looks for his teammates. Outstanding court vision.
Now, here is James. Nesmith covering. And it's James with the jam.
And just a crafty move to get free for the dunk.
Now, he's not just trying to score. He's trying to embarrass. It's good! It counts at the buzzer!
Wow. Whoa! The heave to beat the buzzer.
Whew. That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Pacers. They lead by 5. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Indiana so far?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Turner in at the center position. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And you think about the value Andrew Nembhard provides. Clark, he really excels in running the offense.
He's the quintessential point guard, B.A. Has a great feel for setting up his teammates for what they're trying to get done. Plays with tremendous pace and great confidence. Typically doesn't over dribble and is unafraid of any moment.
First one falls for him. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Boy, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Hachimura against Siakam. Halliburton right side. Clock at 6. There's a screen by Turner. Rebound, the Lakers. James deciding where to go with it. Here's Doncic. Tries again. Luka proving he can score from anywhere.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Pacers out in front, up by 2. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. A hot start. Coach, what did you like about this team's execution offensively?
We were making some shots. We moved the ball well at times. You've got to be careful about having the ball stick when they're doing their switching.
Good luck with the ball movement in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from line. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Luka Doncic is out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Laker 5. Halliburton's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Pass to Hayes. And when we look at the Lakers, a lot has happened since their championship run in 2020, Clark.
Yeah, it really has, BA, and I think some of it you have to attribute it to a significant amount of roster turnover. And then you pair that with coaching changes. One of the keys to being successful in anything and at any level and in the NBA, stability, continuity. You've got to have it with your executive management team, coaches, and players. And they've not had that, so the consistency has been hard to find.
First free throw is good. And it's tied up with that one.
In a close game, every point matters. Terrific focus at the line there to help them keep pace.
Now here's Nembhard. He's covered by Reeves. Here's Halliburton. Oh, taking the contact. Halliburton.
That shot by Halliburton, not easy. Taking the hit and still finishing the play.
Here's James. Gets the bucket and the foul. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Well, LeBron's used to shouldering the load, and there's no question he can handle these big moments.
Second team foul. At the line for Los Angeles, LeBron James. Shooting one.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1.
In tense situations at the line, they can count on him to keep his cool.
Halliburton against Doncic. Halliburton looking over the floor. Here's the teardrop. Oh, great D that time from Doncic.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Lakers on top, up by 1. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And a look at the 5 Pacers to start the 4th quarter. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Nesmith in at the 3, small forward. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game.
Welcome to the floor, the legendary, fantastic Laker girl.
To hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. Coach delivering an inspiring message to his team saying, quote, hey, we can win this game. Believe in yourselves, battle to the end. Honestly, guys, even I was a bit pumped up after hearing this one.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Halliburton for 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Doncic on the wing, defended by Halliburton. James passes to Reeves. Now here's Hachimura. Nails it from 3.
Well, I like the setup there. LeBron with a nice pick.
And here's Indiana now. 6-point game. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
Get foul, fans. On the court, your hype squad. Who wants a t-shirt?
Doncic against Halliburton. Oh, great D that time from Doncic. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Lakers, Austin Reed, taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. A shot to stop the run. Rebounded by the Lakers. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
LeBron, you overcame a shaky start in this one. Describe the gritty effort to get the win.
You know, we wanted making shots to start the game in the first quarter, but we continued to just grind and grind and grind. And that's what was able to keep us, you know, in the game, even throughout the whole first half, not only the first quarter.
It's not always perfect, but you made it happen. Enjoy the win.
Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see you next time.
The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At shooting guard, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. At center, Wendell Carter Jr. At the other guard position, Jalen Suggs. At small forward, Franz Wagner. At the other forward position, Paulo Banchero. The head coach of the visiting team is Jamal Mosley. Let's bring out the starters for your Minnesota Timberwolves. At the point, at 6 feet, number 10, Mike. Forward, standing 6'9", number 3, Jaden McDaniel. At center, standing 7 feet 1, number 27, Rudy Gobert. At the power forward position, at 6'9", number 30, Julius Randle. The other guard, standing 6'4", number 5, Anthony Edwards.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. Now the starting group for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at point. You know, Greg, so often we talk about depth, but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce. It really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
Now, here's Suggs. Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look. No good with the triple. Edwards against Caldwell-Pope. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That one on Caldwell-Pope.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And so he makes both from the line.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Wagner outside. Here's the teardrop. That one drops for him.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Edwards against Caldwell Pope. Now here's Edwards. Guarded closer. 5 to shoot. The 3. Nailed from three-point land. Edwards got 5 now. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Timberwolves on top, up by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So on the floor for Orlando. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the small forward position.
Not stopping that Gobert is right around 100%.
Back to Suggs. The high post shot. Rebound, Minnesota.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Over in the corner, Conley. Pass to Suggs. Looking for Carter. He gets it there. Doubled by Conley. Caldwell Pope outside. From downtown, that one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Caldwell Pope against Edwards. Fires away from outside. Gobert, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, he's a problem, no doubt about it. One that opposing teams have to grapple with every time he takes the floor.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
Conley against Suggs. Banchero outside. Over Randle. Gobert pulls it in.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Clearly a foul.
First personal foul.
Minnesota shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2, Jaden McDaniels.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 24 seconds left in the third. Banchero against Randall. Now Banchero. 6 to shoot. Here's Suggs. Gobert with the block, and he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll return shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the 1 spot. Now here is Conley. Paolo Banchero unable to get his last shot to go in. Banchero against Edwards. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest, this game's over.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And that's an intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Anthony Edwards.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. Guys, what's your take?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise! Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise!
Here's Banchero. It counts. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Suggs with the steal. Shoots the three. Gobert pulls it in. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Julius Randle. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 6. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work.
Six seconds left in the fourth. Suggs finds Banchero. Places one from 3.
Well, what I want to know, where is the communication defensively?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Mike Conley, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll do it, folks. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. So long.
Up next, the 76ers taking on the Hawks. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they bank on preparation, focus, and sheer will. Each game a renewed opportunity to prove themselves. Hawks, Sixers, up next, right after this. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson. We'll be hearing from Allie LaForce from the sideline. Here are the five for Philadelphia. We've got Paul George. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, and it's Grimes in at the 2. And for Atlanta, Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's Kongwu in at the center position. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Maxey against Young. Outside Johnson. Back to Young. 6 on the shot clock. No luck on that one. And George with some nice D. Oubre against Johnson. And yep, it's good.
I could see that contact really didn't bother Oubre Jr. on that possession.
Outside Johnson. Here's Risache. George defending. Young looking around. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Risache. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Tie game in Atlanta. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen from the Hawks, what's your take so far?
I really like the attitude they've displayed here early on.
Yeah, I think they've controlled the momentum, and that is showing up.
And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the 3. So that's the Hawks 5. Drains the triple. George has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Risache. Back to Young. Goes Trae, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Embiid with it. Outside Maxey. And here's Oubre. George passes to Maxey. 6 to shoot. Going inside, and that one is hammered home.
Just knifing his way to the rim.
He looked practically unstoppable on that play. Young way outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Philadelphia on top, leading by 5. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now, and Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court. Whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Now Philadelphia with it. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got Joel Embiid. Kelly Oubre out there with George. Then it's Maxey, and it's Grimes in at the 2. Now here's Maxey. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
That free throw's good from Maxey. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Both free throws good from Maxey.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
Okongwu, a screen on Maxey to the paint. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
You can see there just the threat of Young pulling up. It's going to open up the 2-man game. The defender forced to come out and respect the deep shot, and Trey able to make the play.
Here's Grimes. Pass to Embiid. Five to shoot. George for 3. He buries it from 3. George has got 6 points.
And George's guys encourage him to just fire away. They know he's lethal from there.
Steps back and fires. Young can't hit. And so it's Philadelphia finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Back after this. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing by 8, Ricochet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Hawks 5.
That's a tough take right there. This is what makes Trae Young special. Willing to go in there and stay composed under pressure.
And an intentional foul right there. Okongwu against Oubre. Inside, Embiid. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Trailing by 8. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
I mean, they're still battling, but this one is just about official.
Let's see it. Everybody get down. You gotta dance like everyone wants to. A round of applause.
Here's Young. Fearless from Young inside.
Showing no mercy. Young gets free with the clean dribble move.
And so they foul intentionally.
Atlanta foul. Kansas. His first. Team second. At the line for the 76ers, Quentin Grimes. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. And Atlanta with possession here. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
There's some steely moments that come from Trae Young, and I'll tell you what, if the defense is getting under his skin, he rarely shows that.
Taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Last on the first.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. And both free throws good for Young. And so here is Philadelphia, and he commits the intentional foul.
Team starter. Shooting for Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
And it looks like they just won't have enough left here at the end.
Yeah, they simply ran out of time and energy.
The shot by Johnson, no good. Maxey against Young. So it's Philadelphia picking up the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
PG, you just looked confident out there. How were you able to be so effective offensively?
I just kept moving. You know, within our offense, you know, the key is to move. You know, my teammates do a great job of setting screens and getting me open. You know, I just got to, you know, stay within offense.
You have to make that defense work. Wear them out. Thanks, PG.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Behring, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. So long, everyone.
Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Thomas is out there with Russell. And it's Williams at the small forward. And for the Pistons, inside for him, it's Harris and Duran. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Now, here's Cunningham. Rebounded by the Nets.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Thomas finds Russell. Lets it go with the 3. And Thomas is good for 3.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Bounce pass from Cunningham. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it goes down 2 points.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Here's Thomas. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Duran in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here's Thomas to the left side wing. Pass to Williams. Clock at 6. Claxton, a screen on Thompson. Williams for 3. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that that shot. Might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Thomas. Rebounded by Hardaway. Pass to Harris. The putback, and that one released in time, but no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons ahead. They lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's the Nets now, trailing by 2. So for Brooklyn now, down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Thomas is out there at the end.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Cunningham against Russell. Cunningham passes to Hardaway. To Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And he can make some jaw-dropping plays. Cunningham loves to get to the 10 and finish with authority.
Up top, Claxton. 23 seconds left to play in the third. Johnson finds Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Thomas got 5 points so far.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Pistons lead by 2. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. The lead is 2. Inside for him, it's Harrison Durham. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Simpson in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. Okay, we're looking for the move. Who's got it? Who's got it? You need to dance right. Oh, yeah.
The latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Well, during the break, listened in with what Jordi Fernandez was telling the team. Now, he preached the importance of patience down the stretch. Coach said, we're not going to get it all back at once. Let's take it one trip at a time. Make it simple, make it easy. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Outside Thomas. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Hardaway with the bounce pass. Cunningham inside. He's guarded by Russell.
Yes, sir. Cade Cunningham embracing the role of a leader.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now.
On the court, it's your opponent, squad. Here we go, crowd. Time to get live with some free teams.
Thomas kicks to Russell. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Pistons. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
And so they foul intentionally.
Cameron Johnson, first personal foul. Team second. At the line for your Pistons, Cunningham, Cunningham. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
And Claxton throws it down.
Both teams putting their energies into the offensive end. Where's the D?
Good question. So far, these teams just seem content to shoot it out down the stretch.
At the line for Detroit, Tim Hardaway Jr. taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Outside Williams. Off target with his 3. And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Team 4. At the line for Detroit, Harris. Tobias Harris, 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. And so the Pistons take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olmers, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And now, our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Great to hear Skylar Cole singing the national anthem before today's contest. Welcome to a special edition of Sunday Night Basketball here on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now the Los Angeles starters. Kyle and Kwai in at the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with James Harden, and it's Zubats in at the 5. And for Memphis, manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bain. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the 3 slot. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, the team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Leonard outside. For 3, Powell, and he buries his first look.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Grizzlies on offense. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Edey. Jackson outside. Here's Wells from the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Dunn. Now Zubats. Pass to Leonard. Clock at 6. Outside for Harden. Tries again. Here's Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Clippers on top, up by 2. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
They're just out-hustling them on the boards, punishing them for refusing to box them out accordingly.
And so it's Moran who brings up the ball for Memphis. So here are the 5 for the Clippers to start the second. Kyle and Kwai in the... Oh! Ja Moran! My goodness!
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Here's Harden. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Jackson outside. Moran against Harden. From deep, Bain. It's rebounded by Zubats.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Leonard outside. Lets it go from deep. Harden misses. Harden against Moran. 16 feet out. Good. He hits the jumper. Moran's got his second basket on the night.
Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The Clippers, 7.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edie out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Stolen by Harden. They've got numbers. The finish! Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Jaren Jackson picks one up.
Always under control. The game of James Harden, and look, it's crazy. He just goes at his own pace.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. That's good from Harden. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Grant.
You know, really by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Harden hits them both. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, BA, that's one way to put it.
Oh, wow! Okay, I didn't see that coming. Okay, I see you, Ja, flexing a little bit of muscle, showing off that athletic ability. Okay.
So it's Los Angeles now. Now here's Harden. To Leonard. Now here's Zubac. He's closely guarded. The drive by Powell. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard. Grizzlies with the rebound.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Wells, the pass to Jackson. Over Leonard. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And so it's Leonard who brings up the ball for the Clippers. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th. Powell and Kwai in at the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with James Harden. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Count it!
It's great to see guys don't back down under pressure.
They knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Timeout, Grizzlies! Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Memphis' head coach had some words for his team over the break. He told his guys not to lose hope, saying to them, "It's a long game, fellas, and we're in this one, but I need each one of you to step up your intensity right now." Let's see if coach's message resonates, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And Morant gets double-teamed. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
James Harden picks one up.
So good at staying in attack mode. When Morant is going at defenses, he forces them to foul him.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And Morant drops them both.
Free throw shooting comes into focus in tight games. As usual, he's up to the task.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO.
It's that time of the game tonight. Come on and give a round of applause for your big league breaker.
Against Morant. Harden, the pass to Zubac. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morant. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Harden with it. Leonard looking around. Pass to Powell. For the win! Oh, he got it! He got it!
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I could sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
Timeout! Grizzlies! What do you think coach will be drawing up here?
This has to be a lob close enough to the basket to tip it in. No time for a catch and shoot.
So a close game sees the Clippers taking this one. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Kwai, that was a thrilling matchup tonight. What does it mean to pull out a close game like this?
It's great because we're trying to build. We're doing it too late. In the fourth quarter, we're playing hard, making shots, but we got to start off early. Too many mistakes in the first half. We end up closing it down in the fourth quarter, though.
When it mattered the most. Thanks, Kwai. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long, everybody.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. The starters for the Utah Jazz. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's Collier in at the point guard position. And for Milwaukee, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Trent's out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. Well, Greg, this matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. Pass to Lillard. Trying to get open is Lopez. A second chance effort. And Lillard with the lay-in.
Lillard is tough in there. Muscling that one home.
Here's Collier. Covered by Lillard. Markkanen against Kuzma. Markkanen passes to Kessler. Nice ball movement by Utah. 6 to shoot. Sexton for 3. It's hauled in by Giannis. Lillard outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Collins. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bucks ahead. They're up by 2. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
So it's the Bucks now. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Lillard. Shot clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup.
aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
And it's the Jazz's ball. 4-point game. Kessler against Lopez. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Prince outside. Lillard outside. Takes the three. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Here's Sexton, and he comes up with the deuce.
And he is just an explosive athlete. Sexton not at all fazed by the contact.
Here's Giannis. There's Giannis with the slam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bucks lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Doc, what do you think you'll see from them in the second half?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Always coach's mantra. Thanks, Doc. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot. Give it up for our contestant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. So on the floor for Utah. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. Colin Sexton is out there with Collier. And it's Kessler in at the 5.
You just cannot permit Lillard to get into a zone from deep. I mean, once that happens, you can't turn the valve off.
Now, here's Markkanen. Markkanen a screen on Lillard. Here's Collier, covered by Lillard. Markkanen sets the pick for Collins. They get it back. Outside for Sexton. Markkanen passes to Collier. Down low. Goes back up. The shot by Sexton, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And he recovers it. Tries again. Honest, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bucks ahead, up by 7. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince, and it's Kuzma in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And Markkanen is a low down inside close to the bucket. When he's got nice positioning, He's really comfortable inside.
Antetokounmpo. Oh, that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Utah calls timeout. They're down by 7.
Here comes your box breaker crew.
To Collier. Outside for Sexton. Now here's Collins. Covered by Giannis. Harkin against Kuzma. Here's Collier. 6 on the shot clock. And Sexton has it in the corner. Got it. And now they trail by just 4.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
And an intentional foul right there.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
Shooting 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing. They need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. Able to listen in on Will Hardy's huddle with his team. He begged them, don't give up. He told his guys 1 possession at a time. Let's go out there and do what we talked about. That's how we get back into this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. "20 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Really good to see Markkanen be aggressive inside. He's excellent at drawing the attention of the defense and then forcing them to foul.
Markkanen, 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. So he gets them both.
Those free throws were must-haves, and he delivered. It's down to a one-possession game now.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. It's good from beyond the arc. 8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Fourth team foul. At the line for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look.
And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Giannis. Great individual performance. I guess you're going for another MVP, huh?
Hey, you know, I try not to think about it that much. My mindset is do my job, do whatever it takes to help my team win, and all I get about is I've got to win.
Love the humble brag, man. Congrats on the win. Thanks.
All right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. They are down a body tonight, but it shouldn't have too much of an impact in their rotation.
Missing a valued contributor. That can be a challenge. Now, we'll see how they overcome it.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Moses Moody out there with Butler, and it's Green in at center. And the Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at small forward. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Now here's Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Hauled in by Curry. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. Here's Butler. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
And Butler just taking that motion right through contact.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Floats one. Count it.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it's so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
Shoot 2.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Curry. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Warriors on top, leading by a point. We've got more in store for you right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Green. And it's Moody in at the 3. Green, a screen. Here's Curry. He can't get that one to fall. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with it. Now guarded by Butler. Williams against Butler. Williams misses.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Outside Curry. Moody on the wing. Williams defending. They get it back.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
To the middle. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Warriors on top, up 1. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum line. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for the participant.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Golden State with the ball. They lead by 1. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the group from Mark Daigneault starting the second half.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
And that's how you defend. He wasn't showing any mercy with that swat.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
A clear look for Green. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Green's got his first points of the night. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 3-point game. Hartenstein in the post. Butler covering. Pass to Dort. Back to Holmgren. Just 5 to shoot. Drops one in from the wing. Holmgren's got his first bucket in this one.
And Holmgren already has the trust of his teammates, which is why they set screens for him.
Curry looking it over. The 3-ball. Money! Stephen Curry, the 3-point king. The third quarter comes to a close. The Warriors on top. They're up by 4. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Golden State to start the 4th. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Green out there with Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3 slot. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances.
It's time for T-shirts. We've got shirts. You got the noise. Let's hear it.
send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Mark Dagnall had some words for his team over the last break. He had some words of confidence for his team, saying all it takes is a few chances. We make a few plays down the stretch, we can steal this thing from them. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Curry. Goes up on the baseline. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
2 points here could be the only cushion they need, Grant.
Hard to say. Crazier things have happened in this league.
Curry draws the double. Moody on the wing. Pass to Butler. Here's Curry. Lets the three fly. Williams grabs the board. Oklahoma City calls timeout. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Cash! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
They're just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
2 shots.
The first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
A productive trip to the line right there makes this a 2-possession game.
Step back shot, and it's good.
Gilgeous-Alexander gonna celebrate that one.
9 seconds left in the fourth, and they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for the Warriors, Kwai taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
And there's only one option. They need a triple.
Now this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
And it goes!
They got that one.
Gets it! Wow!
That's before the buzzer right there.
That's a big-time shot by a big-time player. Now, they asked him for a three, and he delivered.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Pajemski. Outside Butler. Pass to Moody. Launches a 3. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
This guy, Jimmy Butler, not showing that he's a ball stopper. Awareness, finds the open man.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Dagnall. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. How do you think this is going to play out?
And it would be smart to go for a 2-for-1 right now.
Curry against Gilgeous-Alexander. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Hartenstein. It falls!
And they aren't over the limit yet.
And Kerr calls timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
Georgia, let's move. Let's go. Nice try. It's all good.
against Gilgeous-Alexander. Moody passes to Curry. Oh, offline!
Steph with a great job there of finding the seam and just attacking the paint and trying to get as deep as possible. And he gets a little bit physical with him, but he'll pay off in free throw.
2 shots.
Down the clutch free throw. Can't knock it down, and they really needed that.
Shaking his head moment there, had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Hartenstein with a screen on Curry. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime. And we'll return shortly. With another overtime in front of us, the question is, who will blink first? Nobody wants to give in. A lot of pride on the line now. So it's Oklahoma City now. Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. The kick out to Williams. The Thunder with another miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
The defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim. And you just can't draw that up any better. It's a pivotal moment in the game, and they go with the size mismatch for the lane.
Jimmy Butler. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Thunder, Chad Holmgren. One shot.
On the lane. On the lane. One shot.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
And it would be smart to go for a 2-for-1 right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder, you can. and gentlemen,
outside Curry. Lets a floater go. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Gilgeous-Alexander. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your defender, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game. Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. 24 seconds left to play in the second overtime. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Score quick, foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Outside Pajemski, 4-3. Hartenstein pulls it in, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Draymond Green. First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren. 2 shots.
2 shots.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second.
Yeah, and many believe Holmgren must add muscle over time to his wiry frame. We'll see if he focuses on doing just that.
And he does get the second one. And that increases the lead to 6. There's 18 seconds left to play in the second OT period. Here's Pajemski. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And they go to the intentional foul.
Draymond Green. Second personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for 2. You get scored.
Shooting 2.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And the second of 2 is good. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
They've been a different squad here in overtime. I'm just not seeing the same energy level.
Rejected by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Winning this one. Double overtime games are so grueling. And after this one, everyone, the officials, the fans, the broadcasters, will all have to take a little rest.
Yeah, I need that rest, I'll tell you. But, hey, give them credit. They really dug deep into their energy reserves and showed their determination to get this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching. So long, everybody.